Am I still breaking?
Welcome back to the Daughters of the Moon podcast. Mom and I are both really excited that you're joining us today. Today we have Dr. Grazyna Pajunen on with us, and she is a renowned biohacking coach. She not only knows the natural ways to disrupt the downward spiral of declining health and improve the status quo, but also the newest ingestibles, supplements, wearable tech, and AI tools. But what she is best known for is turning back the clock, reversing the aging process. Her clientele isn't performance driven athletes, wealthy lawyers, or internet entrepreneurs. It's everyday folk who are tired of being tired. Tired of giving in to aging, tired of the incessant creep of wrinkles, tired of aches, pains, and feeling like their bodies are giving up on them while their minds are still engaged and active. Today, she is here to offer her wisdom from her book, Biohacking, A Way to a Better You. Look and feel better than you did 10 years ago, but that is simply a starting place. So, welcome. We're really excited to have you on the podcast with us today.
You.
I am extremely excited to be here, and to share anything I can with your audience about anti-aging
Perfect.
and and also to maybe so a little bit increase your belief if you don't knowledge at this moment, but at least believe that you can do it.
Perfect. So, can you explain to us and the followers what biohacking is?
With a pleasure, because there is a many different understanding of biohacking. So the biohacking, what I understand and what I implement is actually the art and the science of optimizing and improving one's biological functions, as well as physical and mental, so that we can perform an optimal way. And we are doing it through self experimentation, but it's systematic and it's measurable.
I like that. And you wrote a book about it, Biohacking, a way to a better you. So, what inspired you to write this book?
Because I work with my clients for about 14 years. And usually everybody has the same questions or similar type of questions. And finally I said, well, maybe I just write a book with including, since I'm scientist, right? So I was teaching electrical engineering and the same thing happened. Students were coming and most of them had the same questions. As a matter of fact, I was bringing my son to my office, and he was sitting under my desk, and sometimes the answers were already coming from under the table because he has learned all the answers by heart. So, in other words, here people were mainly interested, what do I do to achieve what I want to achieve? So, of course, everybody is different, and not everybody has the same type of problems, so to speak. And I decided to put, everything in a systematic way in a book so that what is biohacking, number one, how we can do the self-experimentation in a safe way so that you don't harm your body in any way, because you could do it risky, and that's not what I am after. I am after empowering your own body to generate everything what we need for the optimal performance by your body itself. So that means also there is a mind-body connection that's extremely important, because if you cut that off, you cut off the immune system and you open yourself to all unnecessary things, right? Also nutrition. This is a very controversial. about nutrition. Some people say, can I have everything from my food because I am just vegan and I eat very well, so I don't need anything anymore. And you know what? I always agree because everybody is different and you have to listen to your own body.
You
Uh,
do.
if somebody needs keto diet, fantastic. For other people, that would be terrible. Some other people need to be vegetarians. If it works for them and really they know how to do it, because that requires a lot of knowledge to do it
Yeah,
properly. So, yes, so it's good for them if it works for them. But listen to your body, look at your face, look at the quality of your skin, and see that you don't become completely white and you have no energy in your body, so that you have to. So I give all the examples of all the several different diets, and if somebody wants to, so that you can choose which one maybe you can try and see which one works for you. Then physical activity, that's a big one. If you don't move, and at this moment we tend to sit in front of the computer for hours and we don't move. If you don't move, your body is not going to function.
Mhm.
It's not going to function. You have to just make breaks. And a lot of people are telling me, oh, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I have to pick up kids. I have to do this and that. No, you have the time. You can make the time. Let's make it 20 minutes a day. Plan it. If you don't plan it, if you don't put it in your planner, very often it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
So you
right.
have to consider yourself as a priority one. You are one, and then everything else is going around it.
Mhm.
Because imagine when your health will fail you, when you have no energy, how you can enjoy this life. So, investment in health it's not expense, it's investment. You invest in yourself. You know, you have
That's
your
right.
body. You are spirit. That's how I understand it. We are spirits that have the body, that has the body, and you need to take care of your body, and you have only one body. You cannot go and buy another body.
That's right.
You can go and buy another house if you trash it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
But you cannot, if you trash your body, you can't buy the second one. You
Yeah.
have to
right.
live with it to the end of your life. And what I notice nowadays is that we live longer and longer. That is true. But we live shorter and shorter in
Mhm.
health. So that means that longer and longer time in misery. And that
Right.
is not good. And this is
No,
something we can reverse. And then it's sleep optimization, hormone optimization, your environment, biohacking your environment. This is so everything I put in the book, mental health, everything in a book, with 500 references. So this is like basics. It's not, and from there on, I can build up. But we don't have to go over and over and over the same thing because it's already here written.
Right.
So this is like a reference book. And then I can work with people on individual basis, to optimize. You tell me. So I offer 15 minutes for free consultation. You tell me what you want to achieve and tell you how we can achieve it, and then how long it will take and how much it will cost, right?
Mhm.
Because everything is associated with that. But the most important I notice, is your decision that you want to do it. And then you decide you have to follow up. And I tell you that
yeah,
sometimes it's up to a year. You have to make a commitment. And the biggest commitment is your time and your effort. That's your biggest commitment. Sometimes people tell me, oh, I exercise. I go from sofa to refrigerator every day, you know.
Yeah.
And then
That's
they
not really
wonder
exercising, though.
the system doesn't work, you know. So there is there and but you know what? The longer you wait, the worse it is.
Yeah.
And the whole process of degeneration, because we can review what is the whole the main things, may like pillars of that. But the most important is to understand that the degeneration process doesn't start when you are 60. The generation process starts when you are 20 and even now younger. Shows up when you are 40, 50, 60, and whatever. It's called
Right.
age. Now, the Dr. Sinclair claims that Dr. Sinclair from Harvard, he says, and I agree with him 100%, that aging is a disease. If we reverse aging, we stop diseases.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
let's
Yeah.
focus on reversing aging. We have two types of age: chronological age. So, for example, in my case, I will be this year 74 years old, right?
Mhm.
That's my age. And there is nothing I can do about it. You know, I was born a certain day, and that's my age. However, there is another age called biological age. And that biological age you can measure based on biomarkers from your blood test, because that's reliable. You know, all the scales and so on, they are not so reliable. In my case, for example, from the blood test, I am 58. From the scale, I am 45. You know, so
Oh,
I rather check this. I think this 58 is fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just reversing it to the age. So this is what really matters. People get, oh, I am so old already. No, you're as old as you think and as you make yourself,
I
you
agree with
know? You know, so how many people drive even a car, older car, which is a great condition? And some people trash even new cars,
that.
you know, and what about our bodies?
Yeah.
right.
So that is what I do, and I am so very happy to see results that people can say, oh, I can feel great. I can now walk again. I can enjoy playing with my kids. I can enjoy traveling. I can enjoy the life. Because why we are here?
Mhm.
To enjoy.
Yes.
We're not here to collect money because we cannot take it with us. We cannot here to collect houses. That may be fun, but I don't know. I personally don't like it, but some people do. It's okay, so long they
Yeah.
enjoy it. You
Yeah.
know, so long they enjoy it. You know, making money in expense of others by hurting others, that's the worst thing you can do, I
Mhm.
think,
Yeah.
because you know, I don't know even how you can feel good with those type of money. So living in harmony and enjoying this life, and at the same time making money, because money is important,
Yeah.
you know, for our life.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
fun. That's fun.
So when you start off with the blood tests, then what do the blood tests tell you? Like besides your biological age, like is there markers
Oh,
that you're
yes, of
looking for
course.
with
Yeah.
the
So
blood
let
test?
me yes, so let me explain to you how I work. So first of all, let's focus what's the most important with aging. So according to my opinion, when we're drying out, we have degeneration of connective tissue. And that's the first thing. So what is connective tissue? Of course, about 80 to 90% of our body. But what is it made of? So main components of connective tissue is collagen, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, and other glycosaminoglycans. So what happens is with age, especially in our Western society, we are losing those components from 10 to 15%, even more a year, every 10 years. So they were drying out. We are drying out. You see it on your skin. You see it in your joints. You feel it in your body. And when you lose, especially hyaluronic acid, no matter how much water you drink, the water is not hydrating your body. And that's why a lot of older people have a problem with hydration. So, getting back those components to your body. And now, so let me come back to it in a second, but I tell you the second thing. The second thing is your gut, because especially connection with your brain, if your gut doesn't have microbiome, if it's leaking, and the whole everything is leaking back to your circulation, it's very difficult to be healthy. And no matter what kind of supplements you take, if the gut is not in order, nothing will help it. So taking care of your gut is the second main thing. The third main thing is inflammation. If you have chronic inflammation, then there is all the time you will have problems. That is how to explain it to you. Let's say you have a beautiful house, but house got fire. So it's on a fire. So what you have to do, you have to put the fire down, right? That's inflammation. So you need to put the fire down, and then you have to still start rebuilding. So that's rebuilding connective tissue. So, you have to put it in order. Very often also hormones regulation. So that's like in my book, that you, especially for women, that is during menopause, or a lot of younger women, they suffer during, when they have period, and it's very painful maybe, and it takes them from the joy. So and if you start messing up with hormones, like taking care of just two hormones and so on, all the others get dysregulated. So you have to be all the time under doctor supervision, But what about if you can take supplementation that work on all hormones, and they are empowering those hormones instead of you take hormones, from
Right.
outside. You understand the difference?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so this is the next thing. So coming back to your question, I didn't forget your question. But these are the pillars, right? And now, when you take care and you take care of these basics, after this, it's not good to say, oh, I need vitamin D, or I need K2, or I need something else. For example, in my case, I have too much vitamin D. I have too much of B12, right? Who could know that, right? And it's not good to have too much. So that would be great to test.
Okay.
So you are checking your all biomarkers based on your blood test, and then you see what your body is really missing. And you supplement that what is missing and not everything.
That makes sense.
Because, people are running, and especially they buy from Amazon. And you know what? A lot of supplements are made in China and only packaged in US. Do you know what they put over there? You don't know.
No.
So buying them from a reliable company that is clinically tested, that you have clean supplements. It's critical. People don't understand it. Oh, they go to the store, or I need this, or Costco. Then coming back to collagen, A lot of people buy collagen. And yes, collagen, but you know what? Let's say you buy collagen powder. Powder has to be digested. If it has to be digested, it's going to be destroyed by the stomach acids. They're not going to work. Well, you may buy liquid collagen. You have to know the source. I personally wouldn't drink liquid collagen that is made of cow or pig or something like this. Why not? Imagine, because once they told me how it's made, and I imagined that in front of my eyes, I cannot swallow it.
Right.
Because I tell you, they take all the good things and they put it as a meat. And all the bad things, like the tail, right? Like the whatever it's, you just imagine what is left
Yeah.
from that pig, for example, right?
Right.
Oh, they made collagen. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, and it only has collagen 1 and 3, which is only for skin. And we want for joints collagen number 2. So this is so, and on top of it, all this collagen is only one of the components of connective tissue. What about the others? Okay, so we make a mixture. We put collagen, hyaluronic acid. Well, most of the hyaluronic acids on the market has molecule that is too large to be absorbed. So and it's not what you take, but what body absorbs that's count. And the manufacturer will not tell you that. Oh, we have hyaluronic acid, sure. And in creams, yes, pay extra money. That is a hyaluronic acid. Yes, it stays on the surface on your skin, but it's not going to rebuild it. So the same with here. So when I discovered that there is a one product that actually comes from that the company in California discovered a natural source that actually has all those components of our connective tissue in exactly the same proportions as in our body, especially in the cartilage of the joints. 1 to 1, it mirrors. So they patented it. And then they hired scientists from Harvard, Stanford, and Cornell, and they worked 20 years to optimize the size of the molecule. So now we have something that is bioidentical, the body recognizes as its own, and it's also an optimized size of the molecule between 1.5 and 2.5 kilodaltons. It's Gaussian curve. Cannot be too small, cannot be too large, has to be optimal. So now you drink it, you hold it under your tongue, and you saturate your body. That goes directly, and then your body is taking it and puts in the places where it's most needed. So it can get eyes, gums, hair, joints, synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is made of hyaluronic acid. So finally we can hydrate the joints and so on. So now we have something that can help us to rebuild our body on a cellular level, right? So as the process of aging progresses, if you have something like this that rebuilds it, then you can feel so much better. So this is one of the examples. Again, people take turmeric for inflammation.
Yeah, I was just reading about that actually.
Yes, but unfortunately, there is, curcumin and turmeric is studied for 3,000 years, so it's nothing new. However, every single article that I wrote always write at the very bottom that that's fantastic, but unfortunately, the problem is absorption. So there is a German company that actually solved this problem. And we have the product which it drops, and you can get it, and you can have curcumin, which is 277 times more absorbable than turmeric.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
yes, so it is phenomenal. So knowing those products, and as I said, everything has to be clinically proven because people are talking and talking anecdotes.
Mhm.
And they tell you, and it's great. I mean, I have nothing against anecdotes, but it's not a proof. So that it works for one person doesn't mean that it's going to work for another.
Right.
When you have clinical studies, the most probably it will work. It's still not 100% because there are always exceptions to
Mhm.
every rule, no matter what rule it is, but it's much
That's
bigger
true.
probability that it's going to work.
Perfect. Well, what are some tips that people could start doing, like without the supplements, just some of the other things that they could do to help start reversing the aging in themselves?
Okay, number one, control your stress level. Don't be angry. Watch comedies instead of some horror stories, right? Or news. If you
Yeah.
want to watch news, put the comedy. When you are somewhere and somebody try to makes you angry, use the breathing techniques. So breathe, in, hold the breath for 10, breathe out for 10, and so on. So try not to respond,
Right.
you know. Try to, don't worry about what happens. We are not going all to die instantly. That's what the news is almost like the end of the world, every single day. So you have to remember everything happens. Whatever happens, it has two endings, positive and negative. It's our free choice what we are focusing on.
Mm.
The next
Yeah.
thing is very important, lymphatic massage. Take the tool or I have on my YouTube channel, I hold I show how I do my lymphatic massage, but do this here, from here, from here, from here, from head, massage your head and there. When you wake up in the morning, just do maybe 3 5 minutes, lymphatic massage. Do a little bit stretching already in the bed, especially your back. So that means I can lift my legs and just stretch so that you let the body, wake up in the morning. If you can use the vibration table, if not, then jump, so that your lymphatic system, it's working properly. Your circulation system, everything is going to wake up. I personally love to hang, because then you have your body straight. Because a lot of problems coming with the wrong posture. People
Oh,
do
yeah.
not have the right posture, and then they buy something under the shoe or something. But what about putting your stomach in, putting your back in? Try to like hold on to your muscles and
Right.
just walk like you are a ballerina and not like you are old lady. All right. So this
You've
is
been saying that for years,
you
Mom.
will immediately feel better. Next thing, do not eat so much. Do not eat between meals. I personally recommend eat lunch and dinner. Some people, oh no, I have to eat the, breakfast. Fine. Eat breakfast, lunch. Maybe you can have dinner a little bit, like a supper. Uh, and don't eat anything in between because you have to give your body rest. I'll give you an example. There was an experiment where they have two groups of mice. They give them the same amount of food, the same calories, the same type of food, but one group could eat all the time and another group ate only at a certain hour. And guess what? This group that ate only in a certain hour lived twice longer.
Hmm.
Oh,
or much longer at least.
Yeah.
So that means that our body needs rest. So don't eat that much, and make sure you eat low inflammatory food or low glycemic foods. If that if you want to lose weight, for example. Do not, but at the same time, do not starve yourself. This is not the way to lose weight if you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
You know, I personally don't believe in Ozempic, but you do whatever you want to do. I rather would get our own system to produce GLP-1. I had osteopenia when I was 65. The doctors told me there is nothing I can do about it. Well, guess what? At 71, they checked my bones. They were perfect. At 72, they were even better. So you see, you have to understand your body is created in such a way they can heal itself. It can heal itself. You just need to provide the right environment. And if you don't believe, look at those people in blue zones. How they can live to over 100.
Yeah.
And they have no any problems, right? Are they super people? No. They haven't lost those components of connective tissue. That's one example. Why? Because they have the right lifestyle. Can we implement that lifestyle? No, we cannot. Everybody have their own piece of land and make their own food. That's not practical for us. But we can do certain things that could, help us to at least approach that model. And this is doable. And especially that Dr. Sinclair, again, he measured on the mice that the memory of our youth is stored in our body, in our cells. So what it means that our cells can work optimally, but we have to provide them the right conditions.
Yeah.
We have to reset it like computer, reset, boom. Unfortunately, it's
That's
not
true.
so easy. It's easier to say than to do. It's work, it's decision, and you have to just really, really want it.
Exactly. Well, the one thing that I did love about the Blue Zone, which I think is something that we can bring into our life, is what you were talking about was, getting up and moving and being active and being social around people that make you happy and having that kind of connection, and then eating, healthy food that's, good for our bodies, and leaving the other stuff out. So I think there's not everything that we can do, but I think there's so much that we could adopt from that. And, when you're talking about, getting these blood tests to find out what your body is needing and not needing, because you're right, we're all armchair doctors that can say, oh, I think I need vitamin C, or I think I need vitamin D. And then when you do the blood test, you're like, oh, I had no clue. I don't even need that, right?
Exactly. And, you have to listen to your body, be aware. Your body will tell you. Your
Yeah.
body will tell you. Because, for example, what is pain? Pain is indicator that your body needs help. So you have to say, okay, I have pain. So try to find the reason why this is. Because if you put a painkiller, then you never get any information. What is the reason, right? So I still remember I was going, because of course I was like everybody else. I thought, okay, at the age of 60, that's normal that my hips were already stiff and I cannot run. Of course I can stop. Guess what? Now at 74, I can run, right? So it's not normal. You see, we think it's normal to get old in the sense of that you cannot move, you get sick, you spend your time at doctor's office. No, it's not normal. Normal is living long life healthy. That's normal. And
Yes.
what is unusual when somebody gets sick, because it always can happen, right? So that's unusual. But usual should be I'm good and healthy and I
Yes.
don't need medications. But
Right.
from time to time, of course, you may get sick and when you need something to help your body to shake it out, to put it like a shock with the medication to help you to
Mhm.
recover. But this way of thinking has to change. You have to be aware that this is possible and you can do it.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's
Agree.
true.
Yeah. Well, we are big people on definitely like when you get a pain of asking yourself like, oh, like I was having wrist pain the other day and I'm like, okay, why am I having wrist pain? What, is it because I'm at work and I'm using the mouse and I'm like, okay, but it's not even the right hand. But anyways, so I'm like, so probably not that, but maybe typing or something. And I'm like, no, I feel like there's more to it. So I just kept asking myself the question, and eventually my wrist actually stopped hurting, and I was massaging it and doing things like that because I'm not a big painkiller person. I don't like to take Advil or any of those because I know how bad they are for your body organs. So I tend to do essential oils sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
good. That's absolutely great.
And
Yes.
like you
Yeah.
say, like get out into the fresh air and do these different things like that because I feel like and the parasympathetic breath where you're breathing in and out and really concentrating. And I have to say, don't watch news.
Like for example, some people have pain in feet.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, I need some medication for that," or even the doctors would say, because what happens is when you go to a doctor and you have some pain, he doesn't ask you why this pain comes from. He said, "Oh, I can give you that medication and that the pain will be gone," right? Or
Right.
maybe not, but at least this is the approach. But actually, most feet pain comes from the back. So if you have to stretch your hips, if you have, most knee pain come from the hips and from the feet. So you need to be able to make them strong and stretch. And who is thinking like that, right?
That's right.
So maybe in the morning you have the feet, so you have to be sure you stretch, and stretching hips is critical, and you need to do it on a regular basis on all different directions, because they become, especially with sitting all the time,
Mhm.
they become really stiff, really stiff. And when you allow that to happen, well, then it's not a good thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't hydrate your joints, then they get rusted, and then they don't work,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then you have a problem. So everything has consequences. Everything you have to understand. There is always action and reaction, right? Like in
Mhm.
physics, and unfortunately, we blame everybody else except our thinking, maybe I need to do something different, right?
Yeah.
It's always somebody else's fault what happens to us. But you have to take responsibility for your life, because unfortunately, you are the one who creates it. And
Right.
100% you create your life. You believe it or not, you do it, with a purpose or not, but you do it. You create it.
Right.
You live
Right.
your create your life, and you live with the consequences. So
Yeah, you definitely do. Well, you've given us lots of things to consider and for people
So
to
far.
try out. Which I think is great, right? Because not everybody knows these things, or we don't always, we do, but we don't maybe do enough research on them to find out. So it's great because you've written the book. So can you tell everybody where they can find your book and where they can find you?
sure. So the book is very easy. It's this book, and you can get it on Amazon. You just either put the name or my name, and it will show up as Biohacking A Way to a Better You. And the easiest way to find me is and also review our system. It's the link hreversingsecret.com. And if you go there at the very end of that information, you will find a link that you can schedule a 15 minutes for free consulting.
Okay.
And you have to understand this is not a sales call in any way or shape or form. It's just information. It's
Right.
just to see what we can do, what is your purpose. And also, if I start working, we have a meetings like every month for maybe 15 minutes. Just check that you are going in the right direction, that you need any help. So this is how I work with people. This is how we get results. We are here for results. We are not here for anything else.
Wonderful. And you said you have a YouTube channel that you have
Oh,
some of
yes.
your
It's my
massages and things.
Yes, it's at Grazyna Pajunen.
Okay, perfect. We will
Yes.
put all of those in the show notes for everybody so they know where to find you, where to find your book, and can book in with you if they're interested in a free consult. So thank you for doing that. And if you had a final word to leave with all of our followers, what would it be?
I just want to first of all thank you for taking your time and trying to improve your own life and invest in yourself. I understand that all of us are very busy, and if you are here and you are still listening, I congratulate you because this life is to enjoy. I want you to, my purpose was to make sure that you understand that you can do it. I have reversed my age 15 years, and you can do it too. If you want to feel and look at least 10 years younger, just book a call with me and we can see how we can do it and what is feasible and with what time frame. And I want to thank you very much for inviting me and giving me that opportunity to share with everybody uh, that information.
Beautiful.
Yes, well, you're very welcome, and we
Yeah.
appreciate it because our mission too is to provide people with different ideas about how to live their most authentic life and be, healthy in body, mind, and spirit. And so, we appreciate guests like you coming on to help people understand that these things are possible and yes, sometimes they're work, but they're actually not as hard as we like to think that they are.
And
That's
don't try to do everything at the same time. Just do one step at a time. Put one foot in front of the other. And if you see even smallest changes in a good direction, celebrate.
Yes.
Celebrate.
That's
Don't
true.
beat yourself up. You are
Yeah.
doing excellent.
Well, we really appreciate you being on with us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We hope you have a wonderful, and thank you for all your information. So
Yeah. So much good information too.
it is.
Thank you very much. And mother and daughters, it's fantastic.
And everybody else, we will see you the next time.
You bet. Oh.